got the juice. Ha. Said I got the.
It's Milan here with Mia Snow. How are you tonight? Still got the Juice TV?
I'm good.
Good.
I feel great. It's my first time in New York.
So how you liking it so far?
Oh, I love it. I love the scenery at nighttime. Like it's just a lot, and I love it. Like
Well,
you don't
welcome
see
to
that
New
for
York.
real where I'm from.
Yes, welcome to New York. So hailing all the way from Jacksonville, Florida, right?
Mm-hmm.
So tell us what it's like in Jacksonville. Obviously New York and Jacksonville, two different arenas. So tell us what it's like growing up in Jacksonville, Florida.
So here's the thing. I was born in Jacksonville, Florida, but because of foster care, I was moved around a lot. So I moved to Georgia, and I was mainly in Georgia. So
Okay.
from Georgia to New York is a lot different. There's a lot more trees. I was right like in the South most of the time.
Mhm.
So there's a lot of trees, a lot of grass,
Yes.
a lot of just land.
Mhm.
And out here it's just a bunch of cities. So I'm always like, look at the buildings, look at the buildings.
Yes.
It's my favorite part is the buildings.
Right.
So yeah.
Okay, so being a down south girl,
Mhm.
how has that? Obviously you have an interesting story, very interesting story, which a lot of young women are going to be able to relate to. So if we could go back to the beginning, you mentioned you grew up in foster care, so that obviously gives you an edge over some people, and I'm sure it's made you more mature in a lot of ways. So just tell us about that experience.
So I did have to grow up early.
Yes.
That was probably it's a good and a bad thing. I was a little fast, but I knew a lot of knowledge. So in foster care, it was tough, and there was also some good days, I guess. But it was mainly tough, and I had to I always ran away because I always ended up being bad.
Mm-hmm.
The staff members were sometimes there were good ones, and then there was ones that just didn't care about you and was there for their job only. You could tell, and it's just
Right.
like, really, we already don't have nobody, and you're gonna just act like you don't give a fuck.
Yes.
Okay, cool. We don't need this.
Mhm.
So that's why most of the time half the kids be bad because the staff don't care about them. So they're like, oh, well, we don't care neither.
Right.
But I wasn't one. I just chose to leave the scene and just take care of myself because in there you're really closed out from the world, from Wi-Fi. You can't even go outside. The ones I was in, you couldn't even go outside unless they opened it with a key. We couldn't do anything.
Mhm.
I was closed off from everything until I ran and I exposed myself to the world.
Right.
So yeah.
Okay, so at what ages did you permanently run away, or it was
Yes.
just a one-time thing, or a multiple thing? It was a one-time thing. So at what age were you when you just kind of was like, I'm out?
15.
15.
14, turning into 15. It was like a month before my birthday, and I was like, I'm out.
Yes.
I got me messed up. So
Right.
I dipped, and of course I was found. The first time I was found a week
Mhm.
or maybe 4 days. That was my first time running, so I didn't know how to do it.
Yes.
I kept doing it, and I got better at it. So I was like, oh, I realized I'm better.
Yes.
So when I ran my last time, they
Mhm.
didn't find me,
Okay.
or they just gave up.
Yes.
But I ended up just staying on the run, and I signed out at 18.
Okay.
I made my caseworker send me, they was never gonna see me again.
Yes.
So they had to send me my papers to sign out. So I sent them a picture of it, and I was out. Yeah.
Okay, so obviously being a lyricist,
Mhm.
obviously, did you miss out on that school time and those moments of development, going through middle school, high school, and kind of being able to create friends? Was that something you feel like you missed out on?
A lot of the times, but when I was in one of my foster homes, because the group homes were the only part that I didn't like. I had a few foster homes, and I actually loved one of them. And to this day, I still speak to them, and I look at them as my parents.
Yeah.
So when I was with them, I was in school for maybe a year before running, and then that's when I went back to the group home. But school was hard because everyone looked at you. Oh, you're the foster kid. You don't got no parents. Nobody cares about you.
Right.
You're just the outcast. You had to really make a name for yourself. And at the time, I was just always a positive child. I never really had anything negative, even though I was in negative situations. But I always kept my cool. It was always those who just envied me. I didn't even have no envy in my heart, even though I went through a lot.
Yeah.
So it's people had to understand, I don't care what nobody thinks of me. I don't.
Right.
So when people learned that, as I got like older, and I was 15, and then I like turned 16 when I was in school. So it was like right around when I turned 16, people started to, fall into the fact that, okay, she's cool.
Yeah.
And then I ran because I was like, fuck this shit.
Yes.
And then actually to this day, I speak to like 4 of them that I went to school with. These girls, they're sisters, and they actually be in my music videos. They'll drive 4 hours to come see me.
Wow.
And be in my videos.
That's
like,
amazing.
It means the world to me. So yes, I had trouble making friends, but there was a lot of people that did attract like my energy because I always had good energy.
Yes.
Even if they didn't like me, they wanted to be around me
regardless.
Whatever way, they just wanted to be there or talk about me or just see me.
Mm-hmm.
Because eventually those same ones that talk about me follow me to this day.
Okay.
Friended me on Facebook.
Okay.
Look, just watching me. So
Yes.
It's like y'all
knew.
really fuck with me.
They knew.
You just don't want to admit it.
And they knew. They knew you.
They knew I was gonna be something. I was a shining star, even though it's like I was a loner. I was a popular loner. Like
Yes.
I know that saying gets used a lot, but I was a for real one. Like, yeah,
Okay.
people wanted to be around me. They just didn't know how to.
Yeah.
I'm a different kind of energy.
Okay, so let's get into music. So at what age did you like commit to being a rapper? Like, and obviously people wouldn't assume, by your aesthetic that, who is this girl wanting to rap? And there's so many new rap girls that's coming on the scene, right? So, when did you want to commit to doing music, and what makes you stand out? What makes Mia Snow stand out from the rest of these girls?
Well, I started at 16. I started really getting into the idea that I actually can do this. I'm hard. Like I used to sing in school sometimes when I was in school, or in choir when I was church choir when I was like real tiny, like maybe 5 years old.
Yes.
They loved when I was singing in church.
Mm-hmm.
And then at 16, I started working on Band Lab, this app. And
I remember that app.
Yeah, and I still use it to this day. It's like my viral song right now it's called Oh No, actually recorded on my phone.
Okay.
And it don't sound like it because I just know how to engineer.
It doesn't, yeah.
And at 16, when I was learning how to engineer myself and record myself and really learning my sound because I'm like, I know I can do it, but what is my sound?
Mm-hmm.
So I figured, I was like, I know I'm different from a lot of the females. I've been through some like real shit, so I want to talk about it. Because I used to write in diaries a lot, and I never wanted to like show anybody my diaries. So I'm like, but I want to be heard. So I'm like, what, I'm gonna put it in a song. So what makes me different from all the others is a lot of these girls, they rap about the same thing. It's not a problem what they rap about because it's what sells and it's fun music. Like like dancing, twerking, all that type of music. But my music is speaking on facts, like shit I've been through. Elevating, making money, just making it to the top where you belong, and to keep going. So that's what my music is about, and what makes me different from the rest.
Right. So who are some of your inspirations growing up that people might be shocked at?
So what's crazy is we were like barely allowed to, like we was never really on the internet. So when we were allowed to be on it, it was only to like download music on our little MP3 players. Mm-hmm. So I listened to a lot of like Gunna. Like I loved Gunna back then. His melody, he's a melodic rapper. Like if you notice, he raps, but he's singing his raps. Mm-hmm. So that's what I do. Like I'm a melodic, I'm a melodic rapper. So Gunna was one of my inspirations. I do stuff with Chris Brown, Party Next Door, Kehlani was my the only female artist I listen to. Like for some reason, she's the only one I listen to, and just they were really like a big inspiration because their music was like fun, and at the time I needed to be positive too, like in group homes. So
of course, so that sure helped you kind of push through your bad days.
Yes.
Okay, so all right, so fast forward to now, and you're on your grind, you're traveling, you're getting out there, you're doing shows, big or small. So how do you feel now that like everything you're going have went through? And the work that you've been putting in is, coming into something. It's coming to fruition. Like, what's that feeling like?
It feels amazing. It feels like a dream come true because I went from being looked at like an outcast to people's favorite rappers wanting to make a song with me.
Right.
Including Kodak,
Oh,
I got a song with Huncho. He's very big in Atlanta. So
love Honcho.
yeah, he's out. I got that song's out right now. It's called All Night Long.
Okay.
And Duke Deuce,
Deuce. Okay.
T.I.,
All right. We know them.
Erica Banks.
We know them. Yes.
So yeah. Also Lil Quill. I don't know if anybody's heard of Lil Quill, but
I
he's
think I've heard.
like a local Atlanta rapper, I
Yeah.
think. And I got some of him.
Okay.
So yeah, it's like a lot of these rappers, they're listening to me and they can they see the vision.
Yes.
Cause that's the only reason why I'm getting these features. For once, I've never met Kodak.
Mm-hmm.
This is how it happened. I woke up one morning after doing a mic drop on one of my songs called On and On and On.
Mm-hmm.
And I woke up and it says Kodak sent me a message on Instagram.
Oh.
Guess what the message was?
What?
He was singing my lyrics.
Really?
He didn't say anything except for on and on and on.
Oh.
And I said, hey, that's how I replied back. I didn't know what to say.
Yes,
Like,
I wouldn't
"Hey."
know what to say either.
So he was he takes back a couple hours later, probably was like, so you're gonna put me on a remix or what? I was like, shit, if you want to.
Yeah.
Like, how do I respond to this? Like, go ahead.
Yeah.
I would send it over. So it's like, he sent his information and I just texted it to his phone. He's working on it.
Okay. Wow. See how things align and are organic like
God
that.
is good.
God is good
All the time.
Yes. Okay. So you are meeting some of your favorite artists and getting able to work with them. So
Yes.
if you can name maybe two, or not two, but your top 3 dream collabs.
I never really had one before, but as I'm getting more into the industry with it, I really want to do a song with Chris Brown.
Okay.
I love to dance, so I do a little bit of choreography here
Yeah.
and there, and I want to get to his level.
Of course.
And then Kaylani,
Kaylani.
I want
Okay.
a song with her. It's gonna happen. I just know it is.
Yes, put it out there. It's like
Yeah.
put it.
And I'm gonna get a feature with Gunna.
Okay.
It's gonna happen. It just has to.
Right.
Because he was the one I was listening to
The
in
most.
song.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I
Okay.
did a lot of schooling,
All right.
but that's gonna happen soon.
Yeah.
I already sent him the song that I want him to get on.
Get on. Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right. So as a woman in this industry, it's so hard, so rough. So have you feel like you have gotten any of that burden yet? That pushback and kind of intense.
Have I got tried?
Yeah, tried judgment from.
Let me tell you something. I get tried all the time, and this is why I don't go to studios unless my manager is there with me.
Okay.
Before there was around, I went to a studio and I did get tried. It was a producer I never met before.
Mhm.
I was in the booth. He just came in, just was
Yeah.
thought he could
Mhm.
do something, and I told him, "Oh, my lift outside. I gotta go."
Yeah.
I had to play it cool, because otherwise I would have spazzed.
Right.
And I had to realize where I was at,
Mhm.
and I was by myself.
Yeah.
So I had to play it cool, and I left. But I was like, okay, if
Keep
nobody's gonna, if I'm gonna get tried at the studio, I'm gonna record myself. Let me go back to band that. So
Right.
that's what I did, and I'm glad, because I be in the house just any moment. I'm always ready to make a song. So when people send me beats, I'm always looking for a beat to get on. So
Uh-huh.
I'm always recording, and that's a good thing. But that's the beauty behind it, because it's I don't need nobody.
Yes.
If I want to record something, I'm just gonna do it in the garage real quick on my phone,
Right.
and it sounds
Awesome.
better than what he did
Mhm.
anyway. So I was like,
Okay.
I'm good.
All right. So
I'm good.
you've been kind of maneuvering well so far.
Yes.
So, what other things you can see yourself kind of maybe going into outside of music?
Dance,
Dance.
theater.
Theater.
I'm funny. I can. Yeah, I can act. I've been in a school theater before, and I was the main character. So
Okay.
I want to tap into that because I love movies. I want to do a movie so bad. It's
I
one
can
thing
see you
wanna do.
doing movies. I could
I
definitely see you in
I
TV.
just don't want to be on no Nickelodeon or Disney.
No.
I'm good on it. Just
Yeah.
put me in a movie.
And you're grown now.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're grown now. Okay, so Mia, also, before you leave us, what are some things we could be looking forward to from you over the next 6 months, 2025? What is coming from you?
More albums, more dedication, more hard work. Y'all gonna see me elevate in so many ways. You think you see something now. Just
Yes.
wait. You're gonna see something even bigger.
Okay. So tell everybody about your new song that you have out right now. Tell everybody where to come follow you at YouTube, Instagram, Twitter.
Yeah.
Where can we find Mia Snow at?
So I did just drop an album on my birthday last week, April 14th. It's called Cold Summer, and it's got a lot of like diversity on it. It's you gotta go see for yourself.
Okay.
And you can follow me at The Real Mia Snow on Instagram, and on YouTube it's Mia Snow. On all other platforms it's just Mia Snow. So yeah.
Okay, y'all. Mia Snow still got the juice. And before you go, tell us why you still got the juice. Why do you still have the juice?
Because I'm her. I'm not one of a kind. Remember that.
And we are out. Thank you.